How do cultural traits define geographic regions? Have you ever wondered how the places we live are shaped by the cultures around us? The answer lies in cultural traits, which are the specific characteristics or behaviors shared by people within a culture. These traits can include language, religion, customs, clothing, and food preferences. When many people in a certain area share similar cultural traits, that area becomes known as a cultural region. Cultural regions are geographic areas where people have common cultural features that make them distinct from others. Let's break down how these cultural traits shape geographic regions. First, language plays a big role. Regions often form around a common language. For example, in Latin America, Spanish-speaking countries create a cultural region because language is a key shared trait. Next, we have religion. Religious beliefs and practices can define regions too. Take the Islamic cultural region, which covers parts of North Africa and Southwest Asia. This shared belief system creates a unique cultural identity in those areas. Customs and traditions are also important. Shared ways of celebrating holidays, dressing, or social behaviors help mark cultural regions. For instance, the American South is often seen as a cultural region because of its unique history, traditions, and dialect. Economic activities and technologies also contribute to cultural regions. The types of work people do and the tools they use can create distinct areas. For example, farming regions known for specific crops can develop their own cultural traits based on agricultural practices. Cultural complexes and systems come into play as well. Groups of related cultural traits combine to form cultural complexes, like food, clothing, and rituals. These traits can also be part of larger culture systems, such as ethnicity or religion, which together define cultural regions. Cultural regions can be classified into three main types. First, formal cultural regions are areas where most people share one or more cultural traits, like language or religion. Second, functional cultural regions are organized around a central place or function, such as a city influencing surrounding areas. Lastly, vernacular cultural regions are defined by people's perceptions and shared identity, like the Midwest or the American South. It is important to note that cultural regions are not always sharply defined. They often overlap and include some diversity within them. For example, a region labeled as the Hindu culture region may also include people of other religions. Similarly, a language-based region might have speakers of other languages. Understanding cultural traits and how they, from regions, help students see how human behaviors shape the world's geography. It also shows how culture connects people to places and influences how they live, work, and interact. To make geography engaging and accessible for K-12 students, interactive learning activities can include mapping cultural traits, comparing regions, and exploring local cultural expressions. By examining cultural traits and regions, students can appreciate the diversity of human life across the globe and understand how culture influences the identity of different places.